welcome to the wonderful world of birds here at the Bird Show. The bird of the week is Hubert Cumberdale. Some of you may know a character where this name has come from. Shout out to you all if you do. So yes, his full name is Lord Hubert Cumberdale of Birdshire Manor, because he is quite a lord indeed. He is only a year old, but don't be fooled, that's not why he's so small. Little owl, so the actual species is a little owl, because they are rather small indeed. In fact, they are the smallest species of owl that you can find in the UK. Now, although he's small, he does have quite an attitude, and he can be quite a mischief from time to time, but he is a firm favourite of all the staff here at the Bird Show, and obviously the customers that come and see us. I know that Caroline Howlett, one of my friends, absolutely loves Hubert, and quite a few other people as well. Adam Cook bought the green tube. Hubert actually goes inside that, he easily fits in there. Hello Adam and Laura, I would imagine you are watching. So, a little bit about little owls. I do struggle saying it, to be honest, most of the time, because I want to say they're called a little owl, but they are a little owl. I mean, it couldn't be more clear, really, the species name. I found different bits of information related to their life expectancy. One bit of information that I've found most regular is they say that they live up to about 3 years old, but there is recordings of ones nearly living to about 16, so hopefully Hubert's going to have a lovely long life indeed. Again, I'm finding 3 is the more common number. It hasn't been totally clear whether that's captivity or in the wild. I would imagine very much in the wild. Now, these birds, it's quite interesting because there's lots of different facts about them. I've found a lot more facts on other species of owl, if I'm being completely honest. So the ones that we'll focus on, and one that I've only rarely started reading over the last few days, is these guys actually have larger fat reserves than barn owls. So they're able to tolerate colder temperatures than actually a barn owl can. However, if there is prolonged periods of snow here in the UK, they will actually struggle, particularly the more senior of this species of owl, and particularly young juveniles as well. They have very, very strong legs, particularly for their size. I'm saying that quite a lot, but they're quite impressive animals really for their size. It's been said, but it was only an anecdotal point, that they potentially have the capability of taking down a very small rabbit. I haven't had any information or found any information that will actually completely confirm that. So in terms of the rest of the diet, or the main focus of the diet, they'll eat insects. So we're talking about earwigs, which I absolutely hate, so it's great to hear that they'll get rid of those. Earwigs, moths, which I thought was always a strange one, amphibians, beetles. When it rains, they'll go out whenever there's an opportunity to do so, and obviously it's safe to do so, and they will pick up the earthworms that obviously come to the surface of the soil when they hear the rain, or feel the rain, should I say. Now, talking about other factors in their diet, small mammals, sometimes even small birds, and any small reptiles that they could come across that would occur here in the UK. Generally the focus are the small mammals and of course the insects as well. They were introduced into this country in the 19th century by Lord Lilford, I think I've pronounced that correctly, and his friend, and in areas such as Kent basically. Now if we get a closer look at him, hopefully you can see him. I'm wondering if he stands out against the banner. Can you see him okay, camera?
Yeah.
Camera person. You can see his eyes are very striking. Very large pupils when he wants them to be. Also, the iris is a very sort of pale, bright yellow. Now, mentioning their eyes, we'll go around different parts of his body in a moment. Mentioning their eyes, they can actually see or have night vision, but they're one of few owls that can actually see during the day and see different colours very easily. So more, when I'm saying during the day, seeing the different colours during the day. So colour vision, and that's due to, if we're getting very specific, certain cones or the number of cones within their actual eye itself. I mentioned about how strong the grip is. I don't know if there is an opportunity to see his little tiny legs. They're quite long really when he does stand upright when he feels like it. They said that these birds are very vocal, so there might have been a moment out of that little squeaky beak that you have heard a little noise now and again. The males are said to be the most vocal, and they can actually allow sound to travel a couple of kilometres when they are wanting to try and find a mate or defend territory using those vocalisations. Now they are on a decline. It's believed to be related to intensive farming, so I would imagine habitat destruction, taking away the areas that they would use to nest and obviously roost and stay safe and hunt. I would imagine pesticides has got to have some sort of impact there. I haven't actually read that anywhere, but again, we're considering the fact that they will be eating small rodents and also insects, which again, not many people really would imagine an owl to do, but again, it's very much a large part of their diet. Now, with a bit more reading that I've been doing, there actually is a project called the Little Owl Project UK. So if anybody sees little owls regularly, so regular sightings, or if you're lucky enough to actually be able to recognise vocalisations from the animals, they do actually ask that you get in touch with them, give them an idea of the location that you saw the bird, so any sightings, to the point where they're very happy to take GPS points if you were able to ever provide that, if somebody ever goes out and has a GPS unit or likes to track where they have been travelling around. Ways to help them increase numbers is obviously recording where we're finding them more regularly, hence the project wanting to get that information. In particular, putting boxes up in those areas where the sightings are being made. So, I mentioned about going close around his body. I do like going off on a tangent and giving you all as much information as I can. Again, very incredible animals. So, we're giving our camera a chance to get nice and close to him. He's very good at sitting still. He's had a lot of practice at it. But when he wants to, he'll be running around here, there and everywhere in his enclosure. And they do have an undulating flight, which can be mistaken for green woodpeckers. And there was another type of particular thrush that they can get mixed up with as well, but they're the only owl that actually flies in that particular manner. So looking around his back, you can see this almost mottled. It's more white and cream really. A little bit of beige and tan in there, and of course the darker brown. Great for camouflage, of course. Those tiny little talons. I think he is sitting up a little bit higher now. I mentioned that he can be temperamental from time to time, but a lot of the time he does actually appreciate a little stroke here. It's something that we've found that he enjoys as a bit of positive reinforcement. So we'll give our camera person a chance to actually pan around him. So if you do want to do some little shots up close, it looks like he is going to follow you. You'll have seen the video when we were advertising the Bird of the Week information. When he's bouncing up and down, there are two different reasons that they'll do that. If they feel uncertain about something, and also checking out for prey. And they'll adopt what's known as a perch and pounce technique most of the times. They're associated with landing on fence posts, walls, and then jumping down onto the prey. But they will actually also run across the ground to catch the prey. And as I said before, he's very nifty on those feet when he wants to be, and very, very quick. Great at hiding in little spaces. We've actually had to adapt an aviary to make sure that there's no way that he can actually squeeze through parts of the enclosure and get out, because he is quite the escape artist. We should have called you Houdini really, shouldn't we? But you are the perfect Hubert Cumberdale. So, one thing I asked on the last video about the barn owl was, could anybody guess the barn owl's weight? And we actually didn't get any suggestions, which is totally fine. I am interested whether anybody would like to guess Hubert's weight, so we'll see whether anyone does. We do want it in grams, that's what we work in here at the Bird Show. So if you shout out in ounces or say a bag of sugar, at the moment I have no idea what that is, so again, hit me with the metric grams please. We're going to pop him away now for dinner time. Hopefully you've had a fantastic look at him. I'll just check with our camera person whether there is anybody wanting to do any shout outs. Have you seen any comments where... No. So no. We do struggle with them coming through a lot of the time. We find that when the camera goes off, it actually is then the better opportunity to read them, unfortunately. It's something that we're having teething problems. We're not the we're amateurs basically when it comes to this. A little bit more work, we'll play around with things.
Someone said, Claire Waters said 500 grams.
500 grams, okay, Claire. I'm not going to tell the answer just yet. I am just interested to hear a few more.
Daniel Head says 350 grams.
Okay. So this is very interesting to hear. We weigh the birds. There was a stage where we weigh them every single day. We've adapted our routine a little bit under the current circumstances in particular and over this year. So we do weigh them every other day. But I do know what he does weigh today. Okay, so 500, 350. I'm going to say, I'm not going to tell you the answer, they are both high. That's as far as I'll leave it for now. We'll see if anybody else does get closer to the amount. But from myself, everybody here at the bird show, we're all wishing you, go on then.
Someone said, Andy Casey said 50 grams.
Well, you're certainly getting warmer, but we've got a bit too low down there, Andy, but certainly a lot closer to the actual weight. But we hope that you all stay safe in the current situation and everyone looks after themselves as well as they can from lots of different perspectives. But from myself, everybody here at the Bird Show, thank you very much for coming to join us. Most importantly, thank you very much from Lord Hubert Cumberdale. Bye-bye.